在应对气候变化方面，中国坚定推进2030年前实现碳达峰，2060年前实现碳中和。面对气候变化的共同挑战，中国倡导合作、分享与共赢，不仅加快自身转型，也在为全球注入确定性和希望。放眼未来，中国正成为全球绿色发展的关键力量。
I think that there is an important contribution that we all must provide in support of the 2030 agenda. Let's not forget the 2030 agenda is not an environmental agenda. It's a sustainable development agenda which is about economic, environmental and social dimensions. And we must address this in a moment we are off track. I think that it's important to speak the truth. Today, in 2025, only 17% of these 17 SDGs that were signed in 2015, only 17% are on track. We are in reverse mode in 30%, and 2030 is tomorrow. So we need to rescue the SDGs. At the same time, the other key pillar of the 2030 agenda was the climate agreement, the Paris Agreement. And we all agreed, all nations agreed, to commit to reduce emissions at home and to partner with other nations to help them reducing emissions in ways that will put us in a pathway to limiting the increase of temperature to 1.5 degrees. But today, if you take all the commitments from member states, we are in a path not to 1.5, but to 2.6 to 2.9 degrees. And let's not forget that 1.5 degree is not a technocratic or a political target. It's a physical limit. If we don't succeed on the 1.5 degrees, we will have massive impacts on the ecosystems, on the people, on the planet. And finally, we are off track on solidarity. Because what the numbers tell us is that developing countries are missing every year $4 trillion to implement SDGs. So we agreed on the SDGs, but developing countries are missing $4 trillion every year. We'll get in Belém do Pará by the end of the year, COP30 on climate. And it's the moment where the world must respond. Are we fixing our national targets and our solidarity to ensure that we will reach the 1.5 degree? Or are we pursuing in a complacent manner towards 2.9 degrees? This is the moment of truth. We have to answer to these questions. So I hope that with the China commitment on development cooperation and on climate and on the green agenda, we can all pursue towards the highest ambition. I want to recall that China has made very significant efforts on renewable energy, on electrical mobility. This shows that it is possible to go green and to generate jobs and economy. China is doing this domestically, but is also doing this in partnership with developing countries.
You talk about the 1.5 degree being seriously off track. That is a very grave concern. And you also said 1.5 degree is a physical limit. I was struck by that statement. Can you elaborate on why you said that?
If we go towards 2.9 degrees rather than 1.5, we will get 1.3 billion people in the world that will live in places that became deserts or under significant water stress. We'll have massive destruction of ice sheets. We'll have massive destruction of the stability of the climate. We'll have proliferation of hurricanes and cyclones. So the 1.5 degree, I insist, is a physical limit. If we cross that limit, we'll still be in this planet, but the planet will be different in terms of well-being, in terms of quality of life, in terms of health, but we can still fix it. In the last decade, investment on renewable energy has doubled. doubled. Solar and wind is now the cheapest energy in the world. Cheapest, solar and wind. Electrical mobility have been doubling or tripling every year, namely here in China, but also in Europe, also in the US. In China it has been tripling, so going even further. It shows that the renewable energy or the electrical mobility is no longer a green agenda. It makes sense from an economic point of view. The number of jobs that can be created are massive through the green energy. The International Energy Agency says that with the energy efforts to reach neutrality by 2050, we will get a significant increase in jobs even by 2030. We will get 4 times more jobs on renewable energy. So I think that this is why I'm quite optimistic. I'm optimistic regarding the technology. I'm optimistic regarding the economics. I'm only worried with 2 dimensions: speed and solidarity. Our point is not just about the path, it's about the pace. Even when we are going the right direction, are we going fast enough? I don't think so.